Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Bailey and I'm the owner of Goo Goo Goods. Today's video is going to be a week in the life of a small business owner vlog. I actually don't have a craft fair this weekend, so I'm not really like prepping for the craft fair per se. I do have a market the weekend after this one, so I'm gonna have some stuff that I'm kind of like prepping for that too a little bit, but I'm not like going as hard as like trying to create a lot of stuff to take to markets. But I want to go ahead and go over my to-do list for this week. I pretty much just have like my to-do list for today and then like a couple of other little things. So I'm jumping right into it because I want to go ahead and get started on doing what I need to do today. So I actually already did this first thing. I had to film the outro for my last market vlog because today's Monday and yesterday was Sunday and we went to Disney. So I actually like didn't film my outro for it, and it was a night market on Saturday. So I didn't film it after the market either. So I just finished doing that before I got started today. But today during nap, I have a few orders that I would like to pack on camera. I put edit TikToks. That probably won't be done today. That might be done some other time this week, but I would like to do it because I filmed a ton of stuff at the market and last week that I would like to put out there into the world. So the next thing that I want to do that I think is going to be kind of like the major focus of this week is I actually want to stitch out my fall designs. I want to stitch it out, one on cutaway and then one on a sweatshirt, and I want to do them in obviously the correct colors if I'm going to put them on the sweatshirt. But I want to do that and just do one of each because I got a couple of different colors to test out both the fall and the Halloween ones, so that's going to be kind of like my fall and Halloween collection. So I've got those blanks that I want to stitch it out on, and my idea is to kind of save time a little bit, stitch those out on the sweatshirts that I want so that this week I can take pictures of them and go ahead and get them uploaded on the website and on my Etsy, so that if people want them, want to order them, they can order them and I can get my blanks in like 2 days and go ahead and like get them stitched out. So that's kind of my thoughts on that, to go ahead and get them listed so that I'm not worried about making a whole lot of one design and then having to make a new design and kind of prolong the time between making and listing, if that makes sense. And also kind of my idea is for the market next week, take the sweatshirts and the shirts that I made this week and a little bit next week, because there are a ton of designs. I don't know if I'm going to get done with all of them this week, if I also want to kind of do some other things as well. But like take them to the market next weekend and use them kind of as like a pre-order situation. So that's my thoughts on that. I want to stitch out the Halloween cookie shirts. I already did one that I had for an order, so I would like to do some more of those. I guess that kind of goes along with the lines of the same thing that I was just talking about, but I wrote that one down specifically for some reason. And so kind of related to the sweatshirts and the shirts for the fall and the Halloween, I want to go ahead and tentatively say that the launch is going to be Monday, July 22nd at noon. So that would be the day that this video that you're watching airs, drops, whatever, at 8 a.m. So if you're watching this in the morning before noon, it's going to happen at noon. And if you're watching afternoon, it's already happened, so you can go check it out. And then the other thing is get bins from Costco. I need to get some clear bins for Costco because I think that's going to be how I want to store blanks and already made shirts, so that's easier to find things and kind of have a better grasp on my inventory, because I always struggle with keeping inventory. So those are kind of my big things for today, this week, that I want to get started. So the first thing that I'm going to go ahead and get started in is packing those orders. I've got 3 that I want to pack today and get out the door, so I'm going to set you up so you can see that. This first order that I'm going to pack today was ordered by Yvette, and the first thing she got was our Evelyn key fob bracelet. And I'm going to be a little bit extra when I pack this, just to make sure that this doesn't scratch or hurt anything. And I'm going to put it in this little bubble wrap. Now I'll take it and I'm just going to roll it up. Now I'm going to put this to the side just for a second. And then she got our floral collage shirt. Super cute. And then she got one of our Be Kind to Your Mind boxy tees. And then she got one of the Made for Sunny Day shirts. So I used to have these last summer and I brought them back. So I stitched this out for her today. So it is all good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack that up for her. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip this like that. And I'm also going to include for the floral collage shirt, you can wash these shirts like normal, but I also give people little tips and tricks on making sure that it stays nice and vibrant. So I'll do that. Now I'll put packing slip, thank you card, put it on the bottom like that. I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Actually fold it like this. So I'm going to use my Your Order is Packed on YouTube sticker. And place it like that. I'm going to do this little number. And I'm going to use, I was thinking about using my big bag today, but this might be overkill. But I think I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. It'll just be a fun big bag. What I'll do is I'll just close it like that. And then I need to print out the shipping label for this. I didn't print out the shipping label because I wanted to measure it and weigh it, but that is first order going out the door. This next order is going to Candace in California, and she got the Halloween cookie shirt. She is starting Halloween early, and I love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put her packing slip and her thank you card down here. I'm gonna flip this over. So this is another thing that I had last year, but I re-added it to my store last weekend when I did my shop update. Let's put that here. I'm going to use my Your Order Was Packed on YouTube sticker. Bop. Bop. I'm going to go ahead, tuck these tails, put it in my little bag. Now all I have left to do is get my packing label on and she's good to go. This last order that I'm packing is for Diane, and Diane got the mushroom embroidery t-shirt. And I just want to say that Diane has always been one of my biggest supporters of all time. So just genuinely like thank you for all that you do and all the love and support. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and pack this up. So like I said, she got the mushroom, and let me get her thank you card. So we're gonna get a thank you card and packing slip, and we're gonna flip her upside down. Another Your Order Is Packed on YouTube sticker, so she knows where to find me. Take my bag. I'm gonna do it like this today. Getting crazy. Okay. Tuck that tail in. And then Diane's order is ready to go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go get the weight of the first order, and then I'm going to go ahead and get the shipping label for that, and then I'll check back in just a second before I put a design on the embroidery machine. The first little Halloween-y design that I want to do are like some jack-o'-lanterns. I'm kind of considering doing like a jack-o'-lantern one and just like a normal little pumpkin one. But I do have like a coffee pumpkin design that I think is really cute. So I don't know if I need like Halloween, jack-o'-lantern, pumpkin coffee, and then just like plain pumpkins. I'll have to think about it though and like consider my options and see which one I want to do. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this stabilizer on the machine. I wonder why it's got a little bit, I don't know if you can tell on camera, there's like a weird spot in this cutaway. Kind kind of weird. So let's go over to the machine and I'll show you what we're looking at, and yeah, let's go. This is the design that I'm talking about, just these cute little jack-o'-lanterns. There is one bigger size of this that I could do, but I think that if I was going to do this bigger one, I would maybe put it on a sweatshirt. I'm thinking about putting this on a normal t-shirt, and even bigger than this, I have to use my normal hoop, not my mighty hoop. So I'm kind of wanting to test out how this one is looking like before I try to do the bigger one on maybe a sweatshirt. So there it is, and let's see. So I want to trace it. Because yeah, that's going to be pretty big. And I think that's going to definitely be big enough for a t-shirt. Maybe even too big. No, I think it's going to be good. But I said I wanted to do these stitch outs in like the correct colors, and that's not really the orange I would want to use, but these colors are close enough that I think it's fine to just go ahead and stitch this out with these before I change the orange to a darker one for the actual like stitch out on the actual clothes. But let's see. So it says it's going to take me 32 minutes at 600 stitches per minute. So not bad, not bad. Let me do some little switcheroonies here. Make sure that's good. 2, 4, no. That needs to be 4. I'm pretty sure that's just, that's interesting that it goes like pumpkin by pumpkin. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, oh, that's wrong too. 1 and 3. Okay, now it should be good. So it's orange, green. Okay, it's good now. It's good now. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so here is the stitch out of the pumpkins, and I actually traced it with the bigger one, and the bigger one will fit in the hoop. It actually is like not even close to being too big. I don't know like what I was thinking, but I think this looks really, really good. I think it's gonna be really cute to put on this sweatshirt right here. So I actually went ahead and changed it to a little bit of a darker orange. I'm kind of debating on if I want to go even darker than the orange I put on there, but I think it's gonna be a cute orange to have on the machine. So I'm going to be using this sweatshirt right here. It's kind of gray, kind of beige a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and hoop this up, put it on the machine, and then show you what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, so here is how it turned out, and I think that looks super cute. Dun, 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 dun. I love that. I'm glad I tested out the bigger size because I think this looks a lot better, but I think that looks so cute. And it's actually about to start storming right now. That's why it's like super dark. It is actually raining a little bit, but I think it's supposed to get a little bit heavier, and it is thundering, so I went ahead and turned off my machine. So I probably won't work on anything until like later tonight after the boys go to sleep, because right now they're still napping. But I am very pleased by that. So I think I'm probably going to switch to do a new design now. But I am really glad with how these turned out, and I will check in later. Happy Tuesday. So today I'm just going to continue working on some more of the fall/Halloween collection. And I actually did a stitch out on the cutaway earlier of one of the new designs. And this is it. I think that is super cute. I decided to leave it in the hoop so you could kind of like see it all taut like that, but I think that's gonna be so cute. It's like a little bit like Harry Potter inspired, so that's super duper cute. And my idea is to put this on this chocolate color sweatshirt like this, so it's kind of like a little bit of like a green and like rust color of the design, and then the chocolate brown. Obviously kind of hard to tell, but I think it's gonna be really, really cute. I was a little bit worried that maybe the green was gonna be too dark, but I think it's gonna look really, really cute. And if it is too dark, well then I'll just have to make another one, which is like totally fine. And this one that I make can just be my own personal one, but I think it's gonna look really good. Also because, you know, I thought about putting this on a light colored one, but I think it's gonna look so good and kind of be more kind of like foreboding if it's in a darker color, if you know what I'm saying. I just feel like on a darker color, it'll be more kind of like witchy and wizardy. So this is the design that I'm going to do. This design is too big to go on my biggest mighty hoop, so I have to use my normal standard hoop, and I've not had to actually like hoop a piece of actual like clothing with my normal hoop in a while, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. I don't know why. I guess because it's just like so easy to use the mighty hoop for stuff that using the normal hoop is a little bit threatening to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this, and I'm gonna go ahead and actually put you up on this tripod so you can kind of see what I'm going to do to hoop this and secure it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here is how we are going to do this. I'm going to take my poly mesh cutaway, and then I'll lay my bottom hoop on it, give it a little bit of extra on each side, and then cut it. I need a better space for this. Okay, so that is the size of the cutaway that I need, and I'm going to take my sweatshirt. Let me actually move the hoop out of the way to make this a little bit easier for now. Take the sweatshirt and turn it inside out. Okay, so here is the front, and we've actually got a pretty good line for our midpoint here. The only thing I'm going to do is mark, I don't know how well it will show up on the back here, but mark where the top of my design is gonna go. Right there. Fuzzy. Okay. So then now that we've got that all good like that, I'm gonna grab my basting adhesive. I probably actually need some more of this if I'm gonna be doing more of these, but I'm going to see where that's gonna go a little bit. So when I mark 2.5 inches down, that's like the top of my design, so like 4 fingers down. So that's gonna be the top of my design. So I just wanna make sure that it's a little bit above. Okay, so that looks good. So I'm gonna spray. Actually, here's what I'm gonna do first. I'm gonna fold this in half so that I am making sure it's nice and centered. Okay. Might actually even make a little line because I feel like that's hard to see. Perfect. Okay. I've always been told to spray the stabilizer, not the fabric. Okay, now I'll turn this upside down. Spread her out. Okay, now that I've got my stabilizer in there, turn it inside out. Okay. Okay. There's probably other ways you can do it, but this way I find to be the easiest for me. And then I'll take my bottom of my hoop, stuff it in there. Make sure that it looks good. Okay, so I think that looks pretty bang on. Okay. See, this is the part that I'm not super good at. Let me unscrew it a little bit more. Okay, now I'm gonna take it, make sure that this is unscrewed. I think that is unscrewed all the way. Okay. Make sure that's nice and hooped. Okay. So that is definitely nice and tight in there. That's not coming off the machine, I'll tell you that. Okay. So I think that looks good, and I'm going to make sure that my stabilizer is all in there. So the stabilizer is in there, looking good. Okay. So now that it is all hooped, we can put it on the machine and stitch it out. I actually did a really good job of hooping this, I guess, because it's pretty much right on the middle. I didn't have to go over to the right or left any, and it is a little bit on the lower side, but just by a little bit. But I don't think it's going to be worth to unhoop this and get it back together for it, because it's literally like that much space between the top of the design and where the laser hits. So because I can't go up any, or I guess I can go up a little bit more. That's as much more as I can get up. Let me see. I'll trace it if that'll hit it. But this is the hoop that came with my machine, so if it thought it was gonna hit it, it wouldn't use it. So I think that that is gonna be good to go. So let's just go ahead and get to stitching this out. There's a little bit of hoop burn, so I need to like spray it with some water, but look at how cute it is. Okay, that's like so cute. I was worried that the sweatshirt was gonna be too dark, but it is perfect. So stinking cute. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I hooped a piece of stabilizer for the next design. I think for the next design, I might have to change a couple of colors on the machine, but not too many. It's kind of a smaller design, and it's also gonna go on a sweatshirt, so I'm gonna go ahead and change my threads and get that started. Okay, so today I'm going to be working on putting the kitty cat on the sweatshirt. So I did this test stitch out and I'm ready to go ahead and put it on the sweatshirt. This is the color that I'm using. It's just like this dark green color, and I also ordered some dark gold thread on Amazon and that was delivered. So I went ahead and put that on my machine. So now I'm gonna go ahead and hoop this and put it on the machine. And this one does take a pretty long time to stitch out. And I think I might put some of the water soluble topper on this one, just because there are a couple of spaces where the needlework is like really thick, and even on like just doing it on the cutaway, kind of like cut into it a little bit. So I think I'm gonna put the water soluble topper on it just to make sure everything is good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and hoop this and put it on the machine. I'm all done stitching out this sweatshirt, and that is what we are looking like. I think that looks so cute on this color. All I have left to do is I need to finish like plucking out this water soluble topper, but that shouldn't take me too long to do that. So that is what we are looking like, and I think that looks really cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and put another test stitch out on my machine real quick. But before I do that, I'm actually going to pack an order for Amberlynn, and I'll go ahead and show you. I'm gonna like change my angle a little bit so you can see what we're packing. So Amberlynn ordered the Ethan bag, so I've got that. I've got my thank you card, and I've got my packing slip, and I'm just gonna go ahead and stick that in there. And I'm gonna put my your order was packed on YouTube sticker, but I think I'm not gonna put it on the bag on the inside. I think I'm gonna put it on my outside bag. And if you're ever wondering where I get these bags, I don't know if I mentioned this in like a long time, but I get these off of Uline because they're kind of the only bags that are like a good enough fit for these that aren't like super expensive. But they're a really good fit. They definitely are heavy duty, and I don't feel worried about any sort of liquid or anything bad happening to them during transport. So that's why I like them. And then they're like the actual perfect size for the bags. So there's that. And like I was saying, I'm gonna put my your order was packed on YouTube sticker. I'm gonna put it on the outside. Perfect. And then I'm gonna put my packing label on, and I'm gonna go ahead and take her to the UPS store. Actually, before I take that to the UPS store, I'm gonna go ahead and hoop another piece of stabilizer and do another test one. So this next design also requires that I use the big hoop. It's a little bit close, but I don't want to be like cutting it close and I'm having to actually like hoop my stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this hooped and ready. This design hopefully should be pretty easy and straightforward though in terms of stitch out, because it's only one color. And I guess I also have to figure out what color I think is going to be the best for this one. I'll have to think about it. I'm thinking just like going straight up black. I think that might be a good idea, but let me see. I'm trying to think about what I want to put it on. I'm trying to think if I want to put it on like a beige colored sweatshirt, or if I want to put it on this other green one. But I'm just gonna stitch it out in black and see how it looks. So I got my stabilizer all put in my hoop. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the machine and show you what we're looking like. I might not show you the stitch out of this. I might just show you when it's done, just because I've shown you a lot of stitch outs this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the machine, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're all done. It's a little bit later, and here is the stitch out of the next design that I want to do. It's very reminiscent of The Shining. and I think that looks so stinking cool. But I think I'm actually gonna change the colors of what I want to do this in. So I'm gonna do it, I think, on the beige, and I think I'm gonna make the dress part, like the girls and the text, like a blue, like kind of like a cornflower blue that's a little bit reminiscent of the color of their dress. And then for the flowers, red for blood. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's gonna look so stinking cool on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and hoop this. So I need to put the stabilizer on the back and then put it on the machine. And I'll probably show you after it's done. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this ready, put it on the machine, and I will check in just a second. Happy Thursday. So today I'm gonna go ahead and try to start filming the first episode of the series that I want to film, that's like how to do pop-up shops, how to do craft fairs and everything. And today is the first episode that I'm gonna do, and it's kind of like just like the basics of how to do it and kind of some tips and tricks and things that you need to know. So I'm about to film that. I have a huge script, and it's kind of like hard to see it from there, but I have a big script on what I want to say. So I've got that in front of me, so I don't know how tricky it's going to be like filming and like kind of trying to read off my screen. So that's what I've got settled on the computer. And while my kids were settling, I decided to go ahead and try to do a little bit of work stuff. And I did this. I laminated these sheets, and this is actually not that crazy, but I made these sheets that say in this box. I'm gonna cut them, and I got those clear containers from Costco that I'm gonna be using to hold my blanks or shirts that I've already made. And my thought was to tape this on the outside of the box, and then I can write in like a marker, like an erasable marker. I can write what's in there and like how much of everything, so that I can quickly look at my little sheet and see what's in there, so that I don't have to rummage through everything. So yeah, so I made 2 of those. I have 6 bins, but got 8 tags. So I did that, and I've kind of just been gearing up and getting ready to film everything. So I'll probably check in after I'm done filming this, or possibly later tonight. So I will see you in just a little bit. I just finished filming the first episode of the How to Pop-Up series, and I'll tell you how it went while I am packing this order for Abby. So Abby ordered the dolly bag, and I'm not going to say it for Abby's privacy, but Abby, your first and last name together is like the cutest name, definitely in like the top 5 cutest names I've ever heard ever. So that's so cute. Good on you, girl. So yeah, Abby got the dolly bag, and I've got her thank you card, her packing slip, and I'm also going to put the your order is packed on YouTube sticker on the outside again. So I don't know what happens to me, but whenever I try to film anything that's like, or it's like I have stuff that I want to say that I've written down, it is so hard for me to like get it out of my mouth. Something about it is like so tricky to me. So it took me kind of a long time to film it, because I would start saying what I want, and then I would kind of go off on like a little tangent, and then I would misspeak, and then I would like freak out and have to start over. So something in my brain just struggles whenever I have stuff that like I want to get out and want to say, if that makes sense. So like I had like my script, and like also it's like I live it. I live doing the craft fairs. I know what I want to say. I know what my ideas are, my tips, my tricks, the information I want to give. But like sometimes just like talking about it is like so difficult for me. So yeah, it went good. I have a couple of things like B-roll footage that I need to take and do some voiceover and stuff like that, which I think I'll be able to get into this weekend, because I would like to put it out next Thursday, kind of have it be where it would be the craft fair vid if I'd had a craft fair this weekend. Also, thanks Abby, I'm gonna go ahead and send this to you, but I'm gonna try to get that out next Thursday. So I've got a couple of B-roll things that I need to do. But I think overall it went really well, and I looked cute. I think I talked about this. I got this dress on Amazon. I saw a girl at Market for Makers wearing it. I kind of want to make a dress that's similar to this, but I wanted this dress before I knew I was going to have time to make one. So yeah, also like shirring is like something that I can do, like shirrings, like this elastic on the bodice. It's something I can do, but not something I'm like super good at. So I want to go ahead and get it, and it wasn't expensive, and I think it's really, really cute, and it has pockets. Okay, so I'm gonna go put this out there. I'll be right back. I was gonna go ahead and get started on another test stitch out of another Halloween design, but time has gotten away from me and nap time is over, so I'm gonna go get my boys and I will check in either tonight or tomorrow. Happy Friday. So the game plan for today originally was to stitch out a test and then a final stitch out on a sweatshirt of another fall or Halloween design to put on the website for the launch on Monday, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to stitch that out and then take the photos I want, edit them, and get them all ready to go for, you know, being ready for Monday, because I don't want to have to work on it too much this weekend. So today I'm gonna work on taking some photos of me in these sweatshirts, and I'm gonna take them outside, I think. So I'm gonna set up this camera and my phone and take some pictures with my phone, and also some with my big camera too, and see how they turn out. It is hot outside, so I'm going to try to take everything really, really quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and take my stuff outside and get set up, and let's go ahead and have a little photo shoot. So that is going to be the end of taking photos out here of these sweatshirts. The cat sweatshirt, I ended up like spraying it with a little bit of water when I was inside because it had a little bit of water soluble still on it, but it did not dry out here, I guess because like the air is like pretty humid. So it was like not drying, and I took pictures with it because I was like, well, you know, maybe it won't show up that hard on camera, and like it did. So I'm gonna have to take more pictures with it later. You probably saw, I probably included it. I was gonna try to do like flat lay shots on this white sheet out here, but it was not looking cute. It was looking like really, really bad. So I actually have ordered some like boards, some flat lay boards, so I can take better like pictures, kind of like ones you see on Etsy that are like mock-ups, but like actually just like take the pictures of my sweatshirt. It's not like a blank sweatshirt and then put my design on it. So it's not a mock-up, but it's gonna be pictures like it's a mock-up, if that makes sense. But it is definitely super hot out here. We got some plane situation. So I'm trying to think about what I want to get done for the rest of the day. I'm pretty pleased with the pictures I got, I think, with the phone. I would like to take it with my normal camera too, but it's way too hot out here to try to take pictures with both my phone camera and like switch it out with the normal camera too. It's just too hot to be doing all of that. So that's going to be the extent of the photo taking right now. So I'm probably just going to go inside and start to edit those and get them ready to put on my website and on Etsy probably. So I'm going to go ahead and pack this stuff up, and I'll meet you inside. I'm pretty pleased with how most of the photos turned out, and I thought I would show you kind of like how I edit and organize and get all of my photos ready to put on my website and Etsy. It's not like super complicated, but I do have a system that kind of helps me keep things organized and edited and looking nice and easy for me to find. So I'm gonna turn you around and show you my computer, and let's get to it. Okay, so this looks like a little bit of craziness, but it's actually not like that crazy. So I make a folder in my documents. It's like photos I've taken for the website, and then I named this one Fall Launch Part 1 and then the date, and then I have a folder called Raw. So these are all of my images that I actually airdropped from my phone just like into my downloads and then moved them into this folder. And then I'll go ahead and open up Lightroom. You can also just like edit these in Canva, but I have Lightroom, so that's what I use because I have presets that I like to use. Oh, how embarrassing, that's me. Okay, now I'll add my photos. And I'm gonna be crazy and I'm just gonna add them all. say, yep, let's just add all the photos. Oh, there I am. I'm not loving how I look in that one. I look kind of doe-eyed a little bit. So what I do basically to like decide which photo I like, I do kind of like they do at the optometrist office, like 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 1 or 2. So I don't like 1 as much, so I'll delete that one. So 1 or 2, 1 or 2. I like 1 better. So this is how I'll go through and like pick the ones that I want to edit. So I'm gonna go through and do that, and then I will do all of my edits. Okay, so now that I have the photos that I want to edit with these ones, I'm just gonna put these into Canva and like edit out the background, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a preset. I don't want it to look like, I want the colors to be like true. I'm feeling like what I might do, I'm gonna get crazy. I'm gonna hit auto, and then I like to turn up the exposure just a little bit. Make it a little bit more vibrant and a little bit more saturated. And I'm gonna copy those settings and put it on this one. Okay, for these ones, I'm gonna try, oh, that's too crazy. It is pretty though. All these are a little too analog-y. I like that one the best, but let me turn it down a little bit. Let me expose it. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, I think that's cute. And then I'm also gonna saturate it a little more. And a little bit of vibrance. Okay, and I'm gonna copy that. And then I'll paste it on the rest of these and see if it looks good. Okay, let me close this all. I think that looks really cute. Oh my gosh. So I'm obviously like not like a pro at like editing photos, obviously, but I'm not hating this. And then next thing I'll do is I'll take these into Canva. When I export these, what I'll do is go to that file, and then I'll change it to edit pre-Canva, and I will export all my edited photos to that little file so that I know that those are my edited ones. So pardon my tabs, but we are in Canva, and this is the Shopify size. It's just basically a square 2048 by 2048 pixels. Go to uploads. And go to the photos I've taken for website. And this is when we'll use the edited ones. Upload those. We'll do the Forbidden Forest one first. Cute. And then I'll basically just make it so that it fits in there. And yeah, basically that's it. I was trying to be a little bit more centered than this, but it's really hard to tell when you're taking the photos, but I'm kind of fine with how that looks. And if I wanted to, I could also do this. Duplicate it and then go ahead and take the background out. And then look at that, I'm floating. It had a hard time getting my feet. My shoes were a little bit tricky for it, I guess. So yeah, basically what I'll do is, yeah, I don't really care for that. what I'll do is I'll basically just do that, and then for the Etsy ones, the Etsy like size is a little bit different and it's a little bit more conducive to landscape instead of portrait like this, so I'll probably have to finagle a little bit to get those to look good. So yeah, I basically do that for all of my photos for the Shopify, and then for the ones like this, I'll just do this little situation, and then I'll do the background remover. And then yeah, so then I'll have my little floating one like this. Like I said, I ordered some backdrops or like some photo boards that I'm going to use for shots like this, and I probably want to take them outside too, just because I like the lighting of the sun. I feel like it makes everything look a lot better. So yeah, so that is how I do all of the photo stuff. I think probably what I'm gonna do for the rest of nap time today is keep working on these photos, and then also start editing the how to pop up video that I worked on yesterday. And when Ethan comes home, I'll go ahead and try to take pictures with the other sweatshirt and then get those pictures ready. So yeah, so I think that's all I'm going to include in this vlog this week. We're probably going to be doing a lot of fun things this weekend because we've not had like a weekend where we've had both days to hang out without me having like a market or anything like that. So if we do anything fun, I'll definitely include it. We have a reservation tomorrow for Magic Kingdom, so we're gonna wake up early and try to get the virtual queue for Tiana's. So I'm really excited to ride it. I've not ridden like Splash Mountain since probably, I want to say 2012, but I feel like it's even before that. So, and the boys are tall enough to ride it, so I'm very, very excited to see how they like it. They love stuff like that. Like, they rode Big Thunder Mountain Railroad for the first time last weekend, and they were so cute about it. One of them was like, "Are you having fun, Daddy?" So it was really, really good. So I think that they would like this too. They've seen Princess and the Frog, but I don't know if they like have any concept of it, but I'll enjoy it. I'll have fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to work. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more behind the scenes small business content and craft fair vlogs, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.
My headspace been weaker, it's been waiting for the right day. Like the right day ever comes, now it's Friday.